Hey, 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 Leo, this is your sacred scribe here, ready to do your February 2023 reading. This is going to be a reading for my Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. This won't resonate with everybody, but hopefully it will with you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in a reading, please join us every night at 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are on live. I say we because it's me, but it's the soul family who joins. But join us every night between 10 and 11. It is 777 a piece for a question if you are interested. If not, just come and join the conversation. We'd love to have you, Leo. So let's get on to your reading and see what this is all about. I did the Celtic crosshair, and we're going to see what your center energy is. And that is the Three of Swords. So, Leo, this is about healing. This is about arrival. I'm hearing arrival. So it's the arrival of your heart. It's bringing your heart to the forefront. And this makes sense because clarifying it here, you have the Strength card and the Death card and the Four of Vessels. Okay, so your heart is emerging, your heart is arriving, your heart is projecting. I feel this is the process of February, you bringing up and out your emotions, transformation in a big, huge way, and purging possibly in a big, huge way. I want to see what I get from this Death card. Centering your attention upon your heart will gift you with knowledge of the self and an awareness that you are worth it, that you are worth allowing new energy to enter your heart instead of blocking it off. You rule the heart. You rule the fifth house in astrology of children, of romance, right? So when you block off your heart, Leo, you do a disservice to yourself. When it is open, there are huge transformations that can occur within you because the heart is the center of your being, is your soul, your spirit, right? That's where that energy is emanated from. That is what calls in your soulmate. That is what calls in all manifestation. So don't be afraid to release those emotions, okay, with the Four of Vessels. Don't be holding them down, all right, because the chance to transform in a huge way is possible. Now, there may also be something ending and something beginning here. And home may be also important to you, okay? It may be a topic of conversation, all right, throughout the month of February. So crossing you, accidentally, two cards came out. And I didn't even realize the two cards were there until right before I put the video on. So I'm deciding to keep it. That's what I feel like I should do. And you have the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And what's crossing you is really what's challenging you. So what's challenging you is manifesting, right? The Queen of Swords is Gemini energy. That is as above, so below. And that is also seeking the truth. So there may be truth that you're seeking and you can't quite find it. This could be internal truth, right? Because if you look at the Five of Pentacles, they're looking externally for something to be given to them. When all that can be given to you, okay, you have the power to give yourself the knowledge of the heart. And your heart resides within, not without. All right. So don't be looking outside of yourself when your heart feels blocked. Okay. Because I feel like you may not feel like you, like what's the matter? What's missing? I feel empty. I feel like something is lost, right? Something is missing from me. and I can't move forward. I feel stuck, right? How can I manifest in this way when I can't even open my heart? All right. So your challenge is to seek that truth within the heart and be confident in it, because you know that when you do this and you open your heart and become vulnerable to all that is around you, your manifestation, the power of manifestation is immense. Okay. So that is your challenge. What is below you, which is in your subconscious, is the 9 of vessels. Okay. And this talks about wishes, fulfillment. Okay. Areas of life that are going well for you. And this is you, looking out into the future and really dreaming and wishing. This is in your subconscious. The Knight of Coin, the 6 of Vessels, and the Lady of Swords. One moment. Okay, so I feel like you really want to nurture something. There is something that you're desiring, right? And it may, I'm getting, bother you that it's taking some time. It's going a little bit slower than anticipated, but you keep nurturing it. And I feel like your higher self is trying to encourage you to do this, to keep moving forward, even if it's at a slow pace. And it may seem frustrating to you. Placing your heart in these desires are important. So make sure what you're working towards, there's a heart-centered basis for it, because that is going to determine the success of it. And I feel like your soul song also wants to be recognized. Okay, it's almost as if it's within you and it wants you to hear it. So it starts to play, and right, it's screaming at you, and this is in your subconscious mind. So it's wanting to come to the forefront and really, wake you up so that you can express your, I'm hearing, value. You can express your essence, right? So that others can pick it up and others can feel it and really know it. Patience, patience. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with the 6 of Vessels. She's being patient for um, things to grow in the vessels, flowers to grow, things to bloom, right? Even though she's in like this deserted area, right? She's being patient. She's still nurturing. Things are still growing, maybe slower, but she's calm. She's attentive, complete. So be okay with that. All right. So in your recent past, Leo, you have the Sun, and this is your card of happiness. So you've, in the recent past, been very happy. This could be with a romantic partner here. Ace of Swords, the Fool, and the Star card. All right, so you may have gotten together in the past with somebody, right, for a relationship and really took a risk. And it's because you felt this Ace of Swords energy. You felt this truth within this union. Reeling in. I don't know if they were reeling in you, you were reeling them in. But I feel like this is a happy union. I do feel like there's some healing here with the star card, but there's also confidence. So coming together with somebody may have gifted you with confidence, right? And you know, you're happy that you've taken this risk. I feel like wisdom has been gained, a lot of wisdom, and it's appreciated. I feel like this has lifted you up, helped you soar. Wow. All right, so that's your recent past, and I'm getting for some of you Leos, like it's recent and it's still ongoing. Like, because in your future you have the lovers, and I feel it's the same relationship as in this recent past. So I feel it's just a continuation, right? All right, so let's see. Because the energy that I get is that I don't feel love is so much the energy of February. I mean, yes, there's love in there, romantic love, but more of the focus is on the self. That's what I'm getting with February, because that is what's going to enhance the whole couple anyway, right? Taking care of the self as well as the union. Okay. So clarifying the lovers, you have the World, the Six of Swords, and the King of Swords. A lot of balance, a lot of balance within this union. This could be with a Libra here. You could have Libra in your chart. But this is some sort of decision you may be taking. And this is going to give you a lot of peace. Some of you may be moving with this individual. Some of you could be moving to another country. Severing ties. You may be severing ties with somebody, and I feel like it's related. It's not this lover. Maybe a family relation, somebody close to you and this person. You're severing ties. Playing the odds. So you're going to be playing the odds with something within a relationship. And that's going to be different for everybody because it's not being specific as to what you're playing the odds on. So maybe this is that decision. Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to see what's from the World card. Shaking you up. Something is shaking you up. And again, I feel like it's not necessarily the relationship. It's things that are happening around the relationship. All right, maybe they throw you off balance. The Six of Swords can be, you know, rocky waters and finding your way to the peace. So this is your upcoming future. Let me get another one. Yeah, Lady of Staff. So I feel like if you guys take a optimistic attitude towards the now and what you're dreaming for in the future, I feel like this is going to serve you, because there are some decisions that you have to make, and they will align your chakras, these decisions. So it's like, what I'm feeling is you make the decision and then it shifts you. It's almost like a mechanism, like those gears, you know, the gears that they show you on Game of Thrones. It's like that. Something locks into place. That's what I'm getting. So it could be like it's shifting you to a timeline. These decisions are like, okay, You asked for it, so there it is, right? You're taking a right. So the universe is giving you what you are asking for. And you're playing the odds, apparently. So your your not recent future, your upcoming future, your near future is the Six of Wands. And that is you. That is you getting a lot of attention, obtaining victory. Playing the future, playing, I'm getting the playing the odds thing again. It's like, I don't know if you're playing with your future, but you have the Four of Vessels, the King of Vessels, and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So there's something about something in the past that you're putting behind. This could be that cutting ties, okay? That's coming up. So here you have the Ten of Swords. You're letting go of something, okay? The Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, something's being let go of. And with this letting go, there's a lot of happiness and then there's a lot of pride I'm getting in whatever it is that you're doing. Oh, wait a minute. Sharing your wholeness, okay? So I feel like whatever it is that you're learning this month about yourself, you need to share that. Share that from your heart, not your head, okay? This may be the person that you are with, a water sign, all right? Straight talk. I'm getting with the Four of Pentacles. A straight line. So you want to get to from point A to point B. That's what you're doing. You're going in a straight line. Again, this has to do with decisions being made. Let me get another one on this one. Justice. So this is that decision, right? This is that balance. This is that playing the odds. Okay. Um, I don't know if this has to do with a court situation. I don't know if this has to do with the law here, but you're playing the odds on something. All right. So it's like, all right, you see the Lady of Vessels here, right? She's being very careful not to drop the vase. That's what I'm feeling. Like, it's like you're walking on thin ice and you have to be very, very careful about each step of the way. And they're saying you're risking it all or thinking about risking it all. Okay, this could be on a love situation. This could be on anything. Just take what resonates and place it into your life, right? Because it doesn't necessarily mean it's love. It could be in different areas. So what's influencing you on the internal is the Empress. So I feel like this is your energy. It could be a Taurus or a Libra that you're thinking about a lot, and that energy is within you. Placing importance on the heart. Racing to the finish line. Why would you be racing to the finish line? Okay, I feel like you have to be careful of racing to the finish line. Um, Maybe it's somebody that's in your life, this Empress, that is encouraging you to do that. I don't really, or this is you within, okay? That would be an empress that isn't in alignment, okay? Because racing to the finish line is at the odds that you're playing going too fast, right? Yeah, because you want to manifest. This is too fast in a love relationship, right? Because you have the Knight of Staffs, the Two of Vessels, and the Magician. Seven of Swords. So I feel like maybe sneaky behavior in the past may be influencing the way that you see a love situation here in the present. It's like you want to be excited about it, but you know, somebody may have been a player. So maybe this is why you want to rush to the finish line. Maybe you want to get married quick because you don't want to lose this person. That's what I'm getting here. Okay? This could also be you becoming that empress, expanding, right? Especially if you're expanding your heart space. Whatever the empress touches turns to gold, and that always comes from the heart. It's silent power. That's what it is. The greatest power requires the gentlest touch. And I feel this is what you're learning, but you have this desire to move fast, okay? And if you see the Empress here, she's just chilling on the tree. She's sitting back. She's not moving fast. She's contemplating. She's appreciating, okay, the now and what's around her. She's not moving fast at all, okay? Okay, so what's influencing you on the exterior is the Two of Swords. So there may be something that you feel stuck in, or this is your heart chakra being actually blocked, and this is what's influencing you, right? Let's see. A wise one within. And this is what I mean when I have to stress your heart for the month of February. And it's funny because you got Valentine's Day, right? You see hearts everywhere right now, but you rule the heart. So when this is important for you, I have to stress it. And when you have a heart blockage, you are not you. You are not you. And you know that, you feel that. That is the wisdom. That is the wisdom that you seek. Once you see that, no, that's not me, that's when you decide to unblock your heart. Maybe you feel like that's the risk. I'm taking a risk unblocking my heart. It's like the fool. You're taking a risk on your heart when it is no risk at all, Leo, because that is you. That is your reward, being yourself. It is no risk. It is no question. There is no question that you won't succeed with doing that. There is no failure in that. Okay? There is only forward movement. So I feel like, you know, wounds, it is your heart chakra, wounds, okay, that you're being reminded of on the outside are really getting to you. And this is a cause for concern. But you're concerned about, I don't know, losing your heart. And you're not going to lose your heart. How are you going to lose your heart? By unblocking it, right? You're going to find it, not lose it. So stand in the fire, heal the wound, so that way you can walk forward, right? With the chariot and get what you've been waiting for all along. That is the Three of Wands. That is, you know, opening up. The Three of Wands is like, wow, look what's out there. It is, you know, All of your dreams are out there to grab and to bring in, to manifest, to ground. Okay? Okay, I'm getting staging a summer love or something. I don't know. I don't know if any of you are like actors or actresses or something. That's why they're using the word stage. But I almost get the feeling like it's set up. So I don't know if you're setting somebody up. Okay, and this is what's going to happen when you open your heart. Like you may open your heart, you may want, because you have love in your life, you may want everybody else to be in love. So you're going around playing matchmaker. It could be that. But again, you know how that resonates. So within your hopes and fears, Leo, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles talks about, you know, an opportunity to head in a different direction than you're used to. The bunny is looking behind him, right? It's like saying goodbye to the past, like, thank you for your lessons, but I'm going over here. I'm going in this direction. And I feel like it's going to be lucky for you. Rabbits are lucky. Now, yes, is there fear, right? Because rabbits can be a symbol of fear, of course. But take that leap, take that chance on yourself. There's the Hermit energy. Okay, the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords. So doing something different this time. Maybe the Hermit energy isn't normally something that you do. Maybe you should, because the Four of Swords is here. The Four of Swords is about looking within, communication within. Swords are communication. Okay, and the swords here are in the ground. So it's really about connection with the self. Okay, communication with the self, learning about the self and learning about the heart space so you can, you know, emit that signal so the universe knows exactly what it is that you want from your heart. And you can't open your heart by doing the same thing that you've done in the past. Okay, so with this being in your hopes and fears, it's like you are afraid of going forward. Yes, the rabbit, fear. You're saying goodbye to the past. That's like a safety net, and you're headed off into the future. So you hope that it's successful, right? And yet you fear that it will not be. So this is why you go into hermit mode, and this is why you don't do the same thing over. So that way this ensures success. You're not going to get the same results, okay, as the last time when you started over. Because I get the feeling like I started over before. And it didn't work out. So why is it going to work out this time? One, because you think it's so. And two, because you just have this optimistic enthusiasm and you just go. You don't think, you do. It is. That's it. It is successful. And look at your outcome. The Queen of Wands. That is manifestation. So that is success. Success in manifesting. That is sexiness. That is hotness, right? That is very sexual, but very, very magical. It is the magical manifester. She is a magical manifester. Sweet surprises, right? And it's funny, the moon can be what's hidden. So I feel like there's sweet, passionate surprises here. All right. You could be dealing with, oh, something to do with marriage or commitment here. It could be a wedding. Somebody's getting married. That could be a sweet surprise here. But something that you can't see, that you don't see coming, that's very passionate, that's going to really light your fire and excite you. I feel like this is going to be a very, very positive outcome in the month of February. Six of Pentacles. I feel like you find this balance of the inner and the outer. That's what I'm getting here. And you're finding the value in your heart. You're finding the value within you, instead of looking for the value on the outside. Yep, facing your fears. You will have faced your fears, and you will have focused on them, right? And balanced and decided, I do have value. I see my value, and I'm opening my heart because that is valuable to me. So it is going to bring a return to me. There's your heart. Opening my heart will bring a return to me because that energy is emitted. That emission of energy calls out to the universe what it is you want to manifest. That is a magical manifester, and you're getting it back. Okay? And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be filled with sweet surprises. Okay? And that's what I'm going to name this. That's what I'm going to name this, Leo. Sweet surprises. All right, so let's get some advice here. Okay? Advice for Leos. Advice for Leos. Higher perspective, ask body, and take a risk. That's that, taking a risk on you. Take a risk. Take a chance on you. Okay, the result is going to be a sweet surprise. Ask your body. Pay attention to how your body feels in any given situation, in any conversation, because that is a telltale sign as to which direction you should be headed in. Should you take a right? Should you take a left, right? You know when you're talking to somebody. You know, you can feel that energy. Is this something that makes sense to me? Am I, vibing with this person, or is something off? Pay attention to what is on and what is off. And the higher perspective, taking that higher perspective in order to see what you need to see in order to open your heart, to unblock it. Unblocking your heart is going to happen when you reach a higher perspective. And that will happen when you go within and find the value of your heart. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that resonated. Please drop a like below, share and subscribe if you already haven't, if you're interested in a personal reading. That way this is more specific to you and your questions and your needs. You can go to yoursacredscribe.etsy.com, or you can join me every night around 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time, where I can answer questions for $7.77 a piece in Super Chat or PayPal. So you have yourself a fabulous month of February. Happy Valentine's Day, Leo, and I will catch you on the flip side of your daily or monthly dose of Love Tarot. Namaste.